Hello everyone, I'm Danny Zhang. I appreciate the opportunity to be with you today to talk about my success presentation. So as we know, sometimes it's hard to maintain a good and healthy relationship. So for this presentation, I would like to talk about my parents, how they maintain a good martial relationships for over 20 years. Let's begin now. So there are mainly three parts in my presentation. The first one is the introduction of the interview and the connections between the interview and the class concepts and the conclusion. So I interviewed my parents through the Tencent meeting. The Tencent meeting is a Chinese remote meeting app. It's like Zoom, yeah. And they are high school classmates. They have been together for over 20 years. Yeah, and I designed some questions to know more about their relationships and how they maintain their relationships. Yeah. So the first point is how do you think about each other? I use this question try to analyze why they attract each other and why they determine to develop a formal relationship. Oh yeah, and this interview is in Chinese version. Of course, they can't speak Chinese, so they can't speak English, so this is translated version here. Yeah. So you can see the answer here. I think your mother is very outgoing, cheerful person, is similar to me. On my mother's side, your father is also sensible and calm, facing some problems. So I would like to use the class concept to choose partners, similarity or complementarity, or both, like in Model 4 Chapter 8. According to the class text, you may feel easier to interact with people who are similar with you, especially in terms like personalities. For example, people who are outgoing would like to be the friends with people who are also outgoing. Yeah. So they will have too many topics to share to talk. Yeah. But it's also true. Sometimes we may overestimate that the similarities between us and people who we are familiar with. So, but sometimes we also ignore that the similarities between us and people who we don't know very well. So that's an interesting point here. I would like to say we should try to step out of our comfort zone and try to interact with more people. And some people may also argue that complementarity is the most important things in a relationship. But for my parents' case, I think both of them play very important factors in the relationships. So the second question is what do you do when you have disagreements? So the communication is the most important things, and if we don't want to talk or don't want to share ideas with others, it will be very difficult to solve problems. And over time, problems will be accumulated and turn into some bad endings. And I would like to use what do you do when you have disagreements here? Repairing relationship from Model 4 Chapter 8. Learn how to apologize, learn how to forgive is most important things here. But I would also want to say some mistakes or some problems cannot be forgive, the violence or the abuse is never accepted in a relationship. We cannot force ourselves to accept such unhealthy and bad relationships. And for here, I would also recommend a passage, an article strategies for maintaining and repairing martial relationships here. So in this article, the authors use some experiment to try to analyze what is most important. And the third one is what do you think is most important in a successful relationship? The answer is be honest, be respectful, and also be supportive. So, and respect and understand others' ideas, try to put yourself into others' shoes, try to be empathetic to your lover. So for this one, I would like to use maintaining healthy interpersonal relationships from Model 4 Chapter 8. we should be positive to our relationship. We should be openness here, and we should also provide a lot of support to our lovers, like social support, emotional support, informational support, and also instrumental support. And at conclusion, I would like to use Robert Sternberg's triangular theory of love here from chapter 4, from model 4, chapter 9. So there are different types of love in the real world. A perfect love and relationship needs a lot of patience, effort to maintain. In the real life, there are many examples, like from romantic love to compassionate love. So when the passion goes away, we need more effort to maintain a good and a long-time relationship. And we should also believe that a good relationship and healthy relationship will bring a lot of happiness to our life. So thank you for listening.